Hi, I'm Heather Steckley, and I'm a visual effects artist, motion graphic designer, editor. I've worn a lot of different hats in my career. Currently living in New York, but originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I would say 90% digital, 10% analog. That's the norm for me and the projects I tend to work on. Both. Like I said, I grew up painting and I was drawing, making things, as a child and throughout my formative years. And eventually, I went to get my BFA. I majored in graphic design. And then later on, I went back to school for my MFA. And I majored in broadcast design and animation. And so both, yeah. Both self-taught and school. Well, you wouldn't guess it now because I'm filming this late at night, but I'm an early bird. I prefer to get a great night's sleep. Always sleep well. I like to say I sleep like a vampire during the day. Yeah, and I like to get up early, go for a run, and just set my day up right and get to work. Don't have to take every job that comes your way, and oftentimes a job will try and pigeonhole you in a certain direction, and that might not be the right fit for you. So really be true to yourself and your career goals, and make sure your day job or your gig aligns with your goals. Country, blues, metal, rock and roll, rockabilly, all of those genres are regulars on my playlists. Well, when I was growing up, I always loved visual effects for film. That would be, any kind of visual effects, but also practical effects. Special effects, makeup, set design, all of that. And as I got older, I really was inspired by a lot of movie titles. And certainly the movie Seven, those movie titles were groundbreaking at the time, and they really inspired me to get into motion graphics. And, that led into compositing and visual effects. And yeah. Oh, movies, it's always so hard to just pick one. When I was a kid, hands down, The Wizard of Oz. As I got a little older, the movie Jaws. A little older, Interview with the Vampire. And now, gosh, I don't know. What's my favorite movie now? I don't know. Goodfellas, The Shining. I'm really looking forward to that Elvis movie, Baz Luhrmann's movie that's about to come out. Can't wait for that. Big Elvis fan. Yeah. Definitely Indian food. Or hot chicken, soul food, favorites, absolutely. So nature, for one, scales on a fish or a snake, talons of a bird, feathers, patterns, all those things. Architecture, big inspiration there. Spent a lot of time walking around Manhattan, shooting pictures with my phone. I really love details in molding or steel or wrought iron fences, things like that. My studio window faces west, and I get the most beautiful sunsets. A gorgeous view of the Manhattan skyline, and this little corner of the world just blows up with color. And I just find that so inspiring. Other artists' work, whatever the medium, I love to see what other people are creating. I always find that inspiring. I would have loved to have worked on the movie Seven for the intro titles, but then also I just love the practical effects. It was the detailing, the airbrush work, the prosthetics. I would have just adored to have worked on that movie. And now I think perhaps the series Stranger Things, some of those creatures and set effects are just amazing. I think one of the first inspirational moments I can recall was when I was very young. My father was a watercolor painter, and it was a side passion of his. And so when I was really young, he had a painting table in our basement, and he set up a little painting table for me right next to his. And we spent a lot of time just painting together. And I was very young, but I think from that moment on, I knew I wanted to be an artist when I grew up, in some way. And yeah, I think that's my first inspirational moment. Well, it depends on the type of project I'm working on. If I'm doing a lot of rotoscoping or repetitive work, repetitive compositing work, then I absolutely blast music. But if it's a little bit more conceptual, or if I'm working with an audio track, then I can't really listen to anything at that time. Favorite place or setting to work? I guess I would say my studio. I love it here. I've always wanted to have a in-home studio, and I do finally. It's just set up the way I always wanted it to be, and yeah, my studio.